what haven't I done in the art world curatorially that would be really challenging and really exciting for me? And I listened and I heard, do a major public art project. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, what's major? And then I thought $1 million is major for your first project. So I literally created that from nothing. I created the idea of it, the goal. So whatever you want to do now, that's part of your goal setting and that's part of your mindset. So I talked last week about how my definition of a money mindset is getting rid of all the limiting beliefs that are preventing you from taking powerful action and viewing the world through an opportunistic lens in order to achieve unlimited abundance in your life. All of us here want abundance at whatever level is important to us. Some of you might want a different level of abundance than others. So you're the driver of your career and what that looks like. There's no one size fits all. You could put 10 people in one room, 10 artists, and say, what's your financial goal? What's your financial goal? You're going to get 10 different answers. So this is where really sitting back and processing and thinking about what's important to you comes into play with all of this. I encourage you guys to think about if you have any, quote, bad money mindsets that might be holding you back, such as money is scarce or money is bad. Think about the last year. Many of you had to work through a lot of mindsets, a lot of psychology with COVID, galleries shutting down, people not coming out to look at art, events getting canceled. So many of you came up with new mindsets around money and around our culture that held you back. Sometimes it's good to be aware of what the cultural vibe is going on around a particular thing, because you don't want to get sucked into the energy and just decide that this is the way it's going to be for the next year. I'm a big fan of not going with the flow sometimes, of fighting upstream, depending on what's going on, and making sure that my mindset matches my goals. So if you're an artist that has the goal to make 150,000, and then that's your goal, and then on the other side of that, you're saying the economy sucks, or people aren't buying art, or COVID really wiped me out, that money mindset is not going to help you attract, take the actions, and do the things that are going to drive you towards making that 150,000. They have to match up. Your mindset has to match your goals. And then mindset, goals, and then your actions are coming in to help you accomplish. So my whole thing is literally change anything negative that you feel about money into a positive. Money is abundant. Money is great and acceptable. I welcome money in my life. So those are positive affirmational statements that can really, really help you override anything negative. And it's not necessarily believing it at the moment. I've set goals and I've written statements that deep down inside, I don't believe yet because I haven't seen it. It's the whole, I'll believe it when I see it. And I've written them down anyway, because your brain doesn't know the difference is of if it's true or not. It only knows what you're telling it. So if you're telling yourself, and if your energy is that money is abundant, money is great and acceptable, I welcome money into my life. That's very open. It's very expansive. It's very positive. It's very abundant. And that's what you're going to attract back to you. You've all heard and felt the fear factor in our culture. That's why I do not watch the news. I barely go online to look at stuff. I don't read a lot of stuff because there's so much negativity that I want to keep a clear mind. And even if I read something, I know consciously that most likely I'm going to override it anyway. But I've decided to not let anything leak into my mind. So I turn off media, and it drives my parents crazy because they think I should be reading the newspaper every day and watching the news. And that's how they grew up in the 40s and the 50s. And if you go to my parents' house, they have the news station on all day long. And I have to say, please turn that off. What I know is that if there's anything I need to know, I will know it when I need to know it. If there's something catastrophic happening, I'll find out. And I like to protect my brain and what I'm putting into it. So I've made a conscious effort to really pay attention to what I'm reading, what I'm watching, what I'm listening, what I'm saying.